We talk about all the time in new leaders that, you know, effective effort plus confidence is going to equal development. If you teach kids how to work hard, if you teach kids how to believe in themselves, and you in turn turn around and you believe in them, you're going to get a positive result.
When teachers are speaking and they're talking about what they've done, and they're the ones that are carrying the message that all kids can succeed and look, here's how I did it. It builds a momentum where then you're really the administrator that's just kind of trying to steer that.
I can't is not allowed in my building because all of our children can and they want it.
Students need to feel like there's a place where not only are they safe, but where they are cared about, where they have a voice, and where they're going to be called on the carpet when they're not doing the right thing, but they get to begin again and they get to have a new day.
I think it's so important for kids to have really positive relationships with adults in schools that they trust. Even if it's just one adult and one kid, that's enough.
We have to have a staff mentality that is our job, whatever it takes, to reach out and meet those parents where they are and bring them into the fold.
We've learned to bump our heads against the wall and not quit, We've learned a lot from the mistakes that we've made, and I think that we've created that culture again where it's okay. It's okay to make a mistake, as long as you understand that you must fail forward.
If children know you care, if the parents know you care, if the community knows that you're in it for the good fight for children, that they'll do anything you ask them to do.
When you put it through the sieve of what kids need and is this best for them, there's no problem ever, because you can always defend it and you can always say, okay, here's what we are, here's where we're moving forward, take stock and move on. But if you haven't already, if the kid has not been the first priority, it's over.
We always kept our decisions based on our students and where they were and where they needed to go.
Families don't always agree, so I welcome pushback. But in the end, if it's not what is instructionally sound for children, if it's not what is academically acceptable for children, if it's not what's socially and emotionally right for children, then it's going to be my way or the highway.
You absolutely have to have teachers who are willing to invite others into their classroom to talk about both their successes and their challenges, and to really feel comfortable looking at data and saying, oh, here's something I did really well, and share that with other people, as well as look at real challenges.
We can't lose sight of the fact that every child that we want to succeed is very different from the one that came before or after them, or is sitting next to them.
We've started to really build that culture in our school where every teacher is data-driven. Every teacher is willing to look at the reality that the data presents us and say, okay, here's our current reality, but what's possible for us, 6 weeks from now, 12 weeks from now.
We can't just put forth effort, we need to put the right type of effort in place.
The biggest lesson in my 9 months of being a principal is about I cannot have my hand in everything, but I do have to manage the school.
You just want to just fix everything right away. And it's tough to have that. You have the sense of urgency, but at the same time, you want to really work with the adults in the building and make sure that they understand exactly the gifts that they have.
We needed to think about where we were now to figure out where we were going to go and how we were going to get from good to great. So we thought about what we had in place, and then we made a trajectory, and we talked about systematic change with our staff. So we figured out ways to get our staff bought into making decisions at our schools. So
90% of the time, I believe in the principal as the coach, the principal as the leader, and the principal has to manage and encourage and, model the way. But there is 10% of the time when the principal has to be the boss, and that is the hard conversations.
I never would have thought in September, my expectations still being high, I never would have thought in September that we would be at this place.
In the right school, with the right culture, the right school leader, the right teachers, every child can have the opportunity to succeed.
The kids that I work with, the teachers I work with, know that no matter what, those kids are going to make it. We're not going to accept anything less.
It's been a push. It's been a tug of war, but I think ultimately I'll win on the behalf of children.
there's no excuses. There's absolutely no excuses. This can happen. We just have to be very thoughtful about the way in which we're going to do it.
I've been at my school for 4 years, and over the 4 years, I have seen the push towards higher levels of achievement grow every year.
Our kids can do high quality work.
Our ultimate goal is to become a 90-90-90 school. And everybody from the teachers to the children understand that that's the goal and believe that it will happen.
I'm Melissa Barnes-Delakia, Director of Lighthouse Community Charter School in Oakland, California, Cohort 2.
I am Kathy O'Hanlon. I am new leader Cohort 5, currently principal and or director of Midtown in Baltimore, Maryland.
Thea Davis, founding principal of Urban Assembly School for the Performing Arts, New York, Cohort 5.
Althea Hammond, principal of Vernon Johns Community Academy in Chicago, New Leaders for New Schools, Cohort 5.
I am Breon Wright, Cohort 5 in Washington, D.C. I'm the principal of Eugene A. Clark Elementary School, the best kept secret in Northwest Washington, D.C.
I'm Monica Thomas, principal of Whittier Elementary in Oakland Unified, California, Cohort 5.
I'm Kinnari Patel, the school leader at Explore Charter School, Cohort 5, New York City.
My name is Keith Sanders. I'm the principal at Riverview Middle School in Memphis, Tennessee. New Leaders for New Schools principal, Cohort 4.